So, mischaracterization of the Mueller report is a definite, right? So we know he didn't characterize it correctly. But, wait, not you. But, that doesn't necessarily mean that the Mueller report is bad for Donald Trump. It just means he didn't characterize it correctly. So, I got 3 new decks. I'm trying to dig it out. Pardon me. Pardon me. How many do I have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't want to count it now. Moving on. So, it was mischaracterized. It did say we couldn't find collusion. It did not say his hands were clean. It just says this one in particular thing we cannot attach him to. Doesn't mean he didn't do it. I just can't attach him to it. Because remember, he needs proof, not just evidence. Evidence is I believe, proof is I know. I need proof. So you can bring me all the smoke you want, I need the fire. They couldn't find the fire. Which is why they say he's not exonerated, because you still got the smoke. So the fire is somewhere, they just can't find the damn thing. So, is the Mueller report good or bad for Trump? Since it did say he was not guilty of conspiracy. Well, they cannot prove he is guilty of conspiracy. It did not say he was exonerated. So is the Mueller report good or bad for him? Let's see. Yeah, let's do that. 14, 15, and 16. Knight of Wands, yet again. The last reading I did for you, I did a reading just now, was Donald, will the revelation of his tax returns be good or bad for him? Knight of Wands came up then too. So these brand new things for you are not turning out in your favor. It ended with the Knight of Pentacles, which was a money news card that was about your taxes. So will this end in like a Knight of Swords thing? So let's see. First cards first. King of Swords, that is you. So you are, of course, in the Mueller report because it's about you. So here's where we're starting. Justice. Because mind you, the Knight of Wands is about a new action of some sort. Knight of Cups. Ideals and idealistic. An idealistic approach also. So the Mueller report, like David Ignatius said, is probably more damning than the Republicans believe, but less damning than we hoped it is. So it's already proven to be less damning because we wanted collusion. But it's more damning because he's not exonerated. So there's a lot more crap in there than they thought, but it's a lot less crap in there than we thought. Because one thing we have to keep in mind is Robert Mueller had a job to do. He did his job, He investigated what he was supposed to investigate. He came up with a conclusion. Barr perverted his conclusion and then added his own sauce to it. But the report is not going to say Donald Trump is guilty of collusion, kick him out. That's what a lot of us wanted. But that's not what it was going to say. That's not ever what it was going to say. What he did, though, he found a lot of stuff and then farmed it out to all these different people. This is why I did another reading where, like, what is going to be the worst thing that comes against Donald Trump? And it was everything. This is what I mean. You got something from here and something from there and something from there. You got the Michael Cohen, you got Letitia James, you got the Stormy Daniels, you got the Russia money, you got the Russia Moscow project, you got the Russia collusion, you got all these little different things. The Trump Foundation. Remember, his charity closed down. They're forbidden from opening a charity anywhere. Just remember that his Trump University, Trump Casino, Trump Airline, Trump Water, Trump Steak, Trump Magazine. He has all these little things that keep shutting down, but yet people invested money into it that he did not invest. So he's got some things going on. You got Deutsche Bank. You got all these little different things that Robert Mueller has seen, that he has farmed out to other people. He did what he was supposed to do. Now he needs the rest of them to go do what they're supposed to do. Justice, but the idealistic approach is what a lot of us was on. We wanted him to go down with the ship, but Robert Mueller was like, no, let's park this ship and then put all the investigators on it, let them look around and see what they see. Be steady-handed with this. We want him gone as of January 1st, 2017. We wanted him gone. I get it. But Robert Mueller and his investigation and his report is basically saying, be non-idealistic. Be logical. Get out of your feelings and get into your head. You can hate him, still be logical at the same time. You need an ironclad case. You don't need an I feel case. I feel case is what put men in jail who are accused of rape and then 30 years later it turns out they were innocent. That's the kind of crap that puts people in jail for nothing. We don't need I feel. We need I know. And here's the proof. Six of Swords. The painful transition of he's through and Trump is exonerated. That's where we are right now, even though that's not technically true. Under the King of Swords is the Moon. This is the card that all of you need to cling to who are pulling your hair out over Donald Trump. There is more to the story. That's why the Mueller report was never our saving grace. Again, he was tasked with one thing, he did that one thing. He farmed all this other crap out to everybody else. Michael Cohen has still got things to say. The Moon is telling you that more things are coming out. I told you right after Michael Cohen's testimony, I said this. Now you are going to start to see things unravel in the public. Before it was, oh, Robert Mueller is, the silent killer, silent Bob. And we had all that because he wouldn't speak and no leaks were coming out and nothing was happening. The only thing he spoke about was that BuzzFeed thing. That's the only time you ever heard him make a statement. More things are coming out. Tip of the iceberg. Seven of Swords. This is chestnut checkers. This is a strategy card. Under the Justice. Next to the Moon. The Justice and the Moon. The Justice and the Revelations are sort of on the side of strategy. There's something else to this. They have seen, Robert Mueller has seen the devil, and now he needs to clip his wings. The only way he can do that is with the strategy. If he goes out there with, well, I think, and I believe, and well, what I saw maybe made me think of how's it gonna look? He's an investigator of the FBI, and he's gonna go out there and say, I think. Get out of here. Underneath the idealistic, the tower, all of that crumbled down with this report. But it's next to the strategy. There's a strategy in that too. There is a strategy in this report. It has now revealed our AG, the man who wears the mask and masking his scent. It revealed him. Now you know what to expect. Six of Pentacles. Also cards you want to see. This is sharing of information. Right under the Six of Swords, under that transition period. So under the transition period of him being done, now it's time for everybody to read. Put your glasses on. Not necessarily us, but the Judiciary Committee. Letitia James, possibly. I would love her to get that report. Underneath the moon is the Five of Pentacles. Underneath more stuff coming out is the hardship. Is Robert Mueller's report good or bad for Trump? It is bad. Hardship. Being shunned, thrown out, and disappointed. Under the Seven of Swords, and next to the hardship is the Ten of Swords. A total loss. This does not mean he's going to be impeached or forced to resign, but he is going to lose a hell of a lot. Because remember, his report is just about collusion, or his job, or his investigation, but his report is probably containing a whole lot of stuff that's very damning. Now, if it's an ongoing investigation, it's probably not something that's going to be released to us. So, just know that it could cost Donald Trump a whole lot. That's in there. That too is a strategy. Under the tower, next to the total loss, is the Two of Wands. There's a preparation for something else. Six of Pentacles. Underneath the Six of Pentacles is the Three of Wands. After that preparation, the plan is off the ground, just like that. So whatever they are going to do with this report, once they get it, they are going to do it fast. Donald Trump can make it to 2020, especially with the Republicans that are in place right now, could hold things up, but the Democrats are going to ask him, sir, we need you to step down. If that's their agenda, that's what they're going to do. Four of Wands. This is the White House. Under the hardship. So, and this is Barr's attempted point, is that it could possibly be a burden on the government. And I can see that. You have a commander-in-chief, someone in charge of things, and then suddenly you don't. You know, you have to go through the whole bureaucracy of putting someone in place, Pence. But underneath the hardship is the White House. So, the government is going to go through some hardship, through a rough time. And he's going to be pissed and yelling and screaming and slamming his fist. And so the White House is going to be in a sense of chaos once this report is released. Four of Pentacles. Under the Ten of Swords. Clinging to information. Hanging on for dear life. This is why I said in my other video, when I asked who would be the president in 2020, The Democrats seems as though they would try to get him to resign for the sake of the nation, is how they would put it. But he is resistant to change and hanging on for dear life. That's under the Ten of Swords. After the total loss of something, of anything, what would you do? Hang on for dear life. Total loss, hanging on. All of this is under the Justice. There's your strategy. Justice, your strategy. Loss, clinging. In a nutshell, that's your Robert Mueller report. That's your effect of the report. Under the idealistic Tower, preparation, Three of Pentacles. This is an attempt to reach across the aisle. This is Nancy Pelosi saying, hey, come work with us. We're trying to do something for the good of the nation. The Republicans are saying, no, you're not. You're trying to disrupt this and trying to disrupt. You know how they do. They want Adam Schiff out, who wants the truth, and Donald Trump in, who wants the lie. So anywho, this all ends with the King of Cups. The King of Cups could be Adam Schiff. He is a water sign. Or it could be Vladimir. Vladimir is an air sign. He's a Libra, I believe, but I get transition in a person. This is sometimes an overseas thing too. Sharing of information. Why I hold them up so fast like that? But the Three of Wands is the preparation off the ground. And then the King of Cups. We may have to wait and see who that is, but according to this row, it might be a person in government. So Four of Wands, White House, Four of Pentacles, clinging, Three of Pentacles. That could be your dark money, so this could be a Putin. And remember, the FBI wanted to investigate to see if you were a Russian agent. Mueller could have found that. And that could be a part of his report. So, is the report good or bad? It is bad. It is bad for everybody, though. It's bad for us, too. Because it's not going to say what we think it's going to say. Donald Trump's enemy of the state, get him out now. But it is not going to say that he is innocent in everything, that he needs to stay either. This is kind of one of those, push and pull type of things. It's not going to say what we want it to say, but it's not going to say what he needs it to say. We want it to say he's guilty of everything in the world, including killing Kennedy, and get him out of there, but it's not going to say that. But it is going to say, if you look here, you'll find him. If you look here, you'll find him. If you look here, you'll find him. You just may not find that he did anything, but he was in the room. So, he's implicated, just not indicted. Yet.